I've lived a very frugal life for 18 years. And I'll continue always to live more frugal than I'm capable. Always. So when I'm on that jet, I won't buy a new one. It'll be 7 years old. It'll have a few thousand hours on it. But before I buy that used one, I'll be capable of buying the new one.
That's right.
Right? But here's where I want everybody to get. My passion at this point in my life is I couldn't appreciate financial independence unless I didn't have it. I came from a place of not having it. And the biggest unlock in my life has been not having to worry about money.
Mm-hmm.
Not having to worry about the stress of bills. Not having to worry about food on the table. Not having to worry about, is the electric going to be on and off? The reason why I can appreciate that is because I remember what that was like.
Yeah.
Not just growing up, me and my professional life. I want everyone to get to a place. They don't have to be in real estate. They don't have to. They don't have to be in mortgage. I want to get them to a place where they can eliminate the financial stress and anxiety of life to when they wake up, they can focus on, what do I want for my life? Like, what can I do today to live the life that I want to live? Because the difference in those feelings is completely transformative.
That's right.
But I'm sitting here thinking about this trip to Europe that me and my significant other are going to make over the next 2 to 3 months. As you're talking about, I'm thinking about it. How am I at a place in life where I get to ride on those lay-flat seats? Not only did I take the economy seats a lot, I forewent the vacations.
Yeah.
Because, see, I think the problem is everybody takes the economy trips too much.
Mm-hmm.
You actually have to forego those.
It goes back to the 9 to 5. If you don't want to work a 9 to 5, you need to be okay with working a 7 to 7. Here's the deal. The 7 to 7 could turn into 7 to whenever the hell you want.
Damn straight, man. 7 to 11, and I mean a.m.
Right. But that's the thing. You still have to pay a price. You know, another Jim Rohn quote, you can face one of two disciplines, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't want to face the discipline of regret. When it comes to money, it's always a hot topic for people. Well, money's not the most important thing. Totally agree, but money helps in every life situation. I don't care what life situation you have, money will help. It'll either buy you the help you need or give you options to make a different decision. So let's not talk about we're all holier than thou. We all agree that money's not the most important thing in life, but
it makes every situation easier.
Yes, but here's the thing. You know who thinks about money all the time?
People who don't have it.
It's people that either just don't have enough or just have enough. It's like
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because I've been both places.
Damn straight.
But here's the thing. It's like air. If you have all the air in the world, you've not thought about breathing this entire podcast.
Actually, I did.
Even if you did.
I'm messing with you, man.
If someone, the average person listening to this, wasn't thinking about breathing, why? Why do we not think about breathing? Because it's in abundance. That's how wealthy people or financially independent people are, because you don't have to worry about whether there's enough of it, because there is. You're not going, I've got plenty of air, so I'm gonna suck down as much as I can. No. People think that have a ton of money or financially independent just spend it because they got it. No, they don't. But here's the deal. If you're in an airtight room, you're also not sucking air down, and you're thinking about it all the time. So if you just have enough money, you think about it all the time because you're sinking below water about to drown, or you're just below the surface. But whether you've already sunk and you got no air, you're dead, you ain't thinking about it, or you got plenty of air. Money is not the problem. It's if you are just under how much you need or just over how much you need, it consumes your thought because you're trying to get one side or the other of that line. But if you're way above the line or way below the line, it's not even a passing thought.
All right, let's give a little hope to people here as we spend a few more minutes on this. Because I don't want to just talk about problems. I just want to talk about my mindset. But here's the hope.
Are you saying that I just framed up problems? Is that what you're saying there?
Nope. I'm saying that that's how these thoughts come into my mind on what my problems used to be and how I overcame them. And I know that there's a lot of people around my world, my family, that are like, whatever, dude.
Well, Rory Vaden says you're most uniquely capable of helping the person you used to be.
Okay, I used to be poor as hell.
There you go. You're most uniquely positioned to help people that are poor.
Here's what I know. In the moments of my life when I was the most cash-strapped ever, we all have these baseline of bills. Sometimes you can pay them, sometimes you can't. But whatever the obligations that you've committed yourself to, could be rent, could be a mortgage, could be level of lifestyle that you're used to living, expensive restaurants you're going to or lack thereof, how much gas you need on a daily basis, what it takes to keep the lights on, those feelings of like, hey, I should turn the light off today because it's going to save me $1.50 because that's going to impact me in a month. Whatever the baseline of expenses you have, you need to make more than that.
Yep.
There's so many ways to frame it, Kiyosaki, all the people, but I did understand it. And you can't think too macro about it because if you can just save $200, it does something to you mentally. If you can pay your bills and have $200 left over, here's what you've proven to yourself. I can do it next month.
Yep. What is that word? Belief?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you have $400 in the bank. But here's the challenge. Don't spend it.
That's right.
That's the challenge.
Because most people are like, but I'm going to have 200 more next month, so I can spend this 400 that I've got right here.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to get you to do, I'm trying to get you to a place where you have 2,000.
Right. But that's not our so again, it goes back to mindset. You've got to show people. I there's a stat that I use because again I have kids. If someone, let's put $200 a month, if they put $200 a month away from age 20 to age 30, and then stopped and did not put any more money in,
and put it in an index fund.
I don't care what they put it in. Anything that bears interest at all, from age 20 to age 30, they just put 200 and then didn't touch it again. They'll have more money than someone who started at 30 and put in 200 every month until they turn 65. So I have a 19-year-old. I'm like, listen, you could put whatever amount away for 10 years and stop at 30 and not touch it until you turn 65 and have more than someone that starts at 30. So you can invest for 10 years or you can invest for 35. You have to show those examples to people about what that 400 is. That's the challenge that most really entrepreneurs, but mortgage and real estate professionals, is you're not showing them the benefit of spending that.
You spoke about that today.
100%.
Right? What was the analogy that you used or the metaphor that we talked about this short-term sacrifice? A lot of people know it, right? I don't know exactly what it was, but I do know the longer that you can hold off consuming luxury things or consuming the things that we want to, the longer you can hold off, man, the more you're going to have in the future. There's so many ways it's abundance mindset, right? So what was it this morning you touched on?
Yeah, it's a quote I heard that we give up what we want most for what we want now. And the reason I remember that is because I'm as guilty of it as anybody else, if not more so. That's why it hits home, and it goes to the failure thing. I've screwed up at those types of things enough. That's why I'm more passionate about those types of things with my kids and other people around me. How many times have I been like, I got plenty of time for that. I'm just going to go ahead and use the money for this. We give up what we want most for what we want now, and it derails people to where they're out of options. And so it goes back to what Kevin O'Leary says. A salary is just an amount of money that companies pay you to give up on your dreams.
How true is that?
It's completely true. It's totally true. So if we link all these things together, we've got to know what we're trying to accomplish. We have to have our why behind it. We got to figure out what is the thing that I need to do every day, stay consistent and persistent, and understand that everything takes time. It could be 6 months for some people, it could be 6 years or 16 years for another. But if you get where you're going, does it matter in the end? We said it yesterday. People wildly overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and wildly underestimate what they can accomplish in 10 years.
Let's help them change that, man.
100%. I'm down for it.